they are buying. And if I were you, I would probably pay attention to that or not, because you can use it for a bullish scenario or a bearish scenario. Really kind of depends what's going on with you in your portfolios. Anyways, I'm WendyO. This is the O Show. We talk about crypto every day at around like 10:30, really when I feel like it, but mostly 10:30. And then I drop a second media piece at 3 o'clock for you around that time, depending on what's going on. But let's go ahead and get into the first story. So over here, we have an article from Bean Crypto. What crypto whales are buying for potential gains in September? Keyword here is potential. Always, always, always potential. So apparently whales are accumulating Toncoin, which, as most of you know, has been a hot topic this last week with the CEO getting detained in France, and he was released, but to court and back and 12 counts, all kinds of things. And it's a big issue in the crypto industry because we talk a lot about decentralized economies, self-sovereignty, freedom of speech, and that's essentially what Telegram embodies. But at the same time, Tonchain is affiliated with Telegram, but it's not directly affiliated. It's not part of the ecosystem. Also, Lido. If you don't know what Lido is, it's an Ethereum staking platform and provides yield. Also, too, Ton saw a 307% surge in whale activity following a 21% price drop, indicating accumulation. So basically, all that means is that people are buying. And those are going to be the three coins. So Toncoin, Uni, which is Uniswap's native token. Uniswap was one of the first really usable dexes, with, or one of the first Ethereum dexes that kind of went big. I think we had IDEX before and a couple other ones, and I don't know if those are around anymore. I have no idea. Also, too, Lido, we talked about that. So that's what people are accumulating. And this makes sense because these are all essentially DeFi tokens. I know a lot of people like Ton because there's a lot of gaming on that. However, the blockchain went down for about 6 hours yesterday, and then it went down for a second time, which kind of gives me Solana vibes. To me, that's not necessarily bearish. It just means that a little bit more decentralization is needed. And we also have a very bullish story about Solana coming up really soon. I just need a minute to get there. But those are the three cryptos that people are accumulating. What do you guys think? Do you think people should be accumulating them, or what do you think the deal is with that? I want to know. I want to know from you. Anyways, let's go ahead and skim through and see if I can find any additional alpha for you guys. No, not too much. I mean, it says that over here in the article, it says for Uni, whale addresses at their highest since January. Lido, LDO, whales are holding 9% of the total supply. That's a little bit alarming. I would kind of pay attention to that to see who's holding it and why. And then for Ton, whales have increased holdings by over 305%. So these people are basically betting that Telegram is here to stay and that we will get a bullish outcome for the Telegram founder, even though, again, they're affiliated, but they're not directly together. So let's go ahead and do a quick market recap on what's happening. So this is going to be the daily over here. As far as the daily goes, Flare is up 10%, HNT 8.1%, C 7.8%. And then on the weekly, things are not looking too terribly great. Popcat is up almost 30%. Floki is up 10% on the weekly now. Someone on TikTok said they say it was down due to dogs buying surge. That's what people said. I have no idea. I've got no idea. That's just kind of what the rumor is. That's what the rumor is. Anytime a blockchain goes down or essentially kind of stops working, that means that there's a lot of activity on the network that the network can't necessarily maintain. That's generally what happens. And with Ethereum, the network gets clogged up and you just add more gas. And with Bitcoin, it just takes transactions a really, really long time to go through. Now, taking a look at Bitcoin on the daily chart, we are trying to break back above $60,000. Really, 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 really trying hard. However, when we take a look at the weekly, let's see what's going on. Weekly doesn't look too great. We had a high all the way up at to about $65,000, but now we're trading at $60,000, and we did get a swing wick low to $58,000. However, trading in this area between about 53, closer to 56 to $60,000, I'm still bullish. I'm really waiting to be bearish if we get a breakdown of $50,000, which I don't necessarily think that's going to happen right now. However, when you take a look at the weekly, you can see we got the candle close here about 72,000, and then a couple weeks after that 69,000, 68,000, 64,000. So it does look like we're closing a little bit lower on the weekly and trading down. So there's that. As far as the 4-hour goes, it looks like we want to pop up and maintain. But me personally, I'm just enjoying this price action in this range. Also, too, taking a look at Ethereum, we are popping back up above $2,500. It looks like we want to kind of consolidate between 2,800 and 2,500. And taking a look at Solana, we are just kind of going sideways in the buy range over here. Now, this next story is going to be from Stacks. So Nakamoto activation window begins. Today marks the beginning of sequence to safely bring Nakamoto upgrade and its fast blocks to Bitcoin finality to the Stacks layer. Celebrate with 21 days of big events, blah, blah, blah. So basically all this does is the Stacks is a Bitcoin layer 2, and it allows for smart contracts on Bitcoin so that you can essentially build on Bitcoin, which I think is going to be very, 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 very important. It's going to be live around 2 weeks and decouples block production from Bitcoin, increases transaction speeds by 120 times, reduces confirmation times to seconds, and the upgrade is set to launch the SBTC programmable Bitcoin asset. They will also explore BitVM for Bitcoin layer 2 solutions. So what does this mean? So basically what we're seeing right now happen, we're seeing the SEC and justly go after all these crypto companies, all of these other crypto assets that are not Bitcoin. We do know that Bitcoin is one of the assets that is not a security. So we're going to see more people continuing to build for Bitcoin to make the network work better. Well, I don't want to say the network, but just to really make it more usable for everyone, because that might be one of the safe bets. But I do believe Stacks does have a token. So it might have been smarter for them not necessarily to have a token to build this, because we don't know what's going to happen in the US. We do not know what is going to be acceptable in the US or what's going to be illegal in the US. But I do know that there is some bullish stuff happening. And as we can see. And good morning to the O Army, to Mixing, to Mr. R, to Queen, to Alexandra, to John, and everybody else. Appreciate you guys, and make sure to smash a like. That would be greatly appreciated, and share this. Also, to this next story with Ethereum spot ETFs, it looks like the outflows have ended. So we got 5.8 million in net inflows, which explains why Ethereum might be looking good price-wise and why we're able to essentially reclaim the $2,500 area. So as far as the spot inflows go, U.S. spot Ethereum ETFs returned to net inflows following 9 days of negative flows. Spot Ethereum ETFs recorded 5.84 million in net outflows on Wednesday, while spot Bitcoin ETFs saw 105.19 million leave the funds. All right, so now let's go ahead and talk a little bit about this over here. Where are we? So memecoin launched by address connected to Ethereum Genesis block rockets to top of Uniswap charts. Apparently this coin is called Phil. I don't know what this is. This is not financial advice. I'm not telling you to buy this in any way, shape, or form. Anytime you see a chart like this, it might not necessarily be a good time to buy. I'm also a lot more conservative. But apparently the wallet was funded with 2,000 Ethereum on Ethereum's launch day, July 30th, 2015. And Phil hit over 125 million shortly after launch, and over 80% increase in trading volume since launch. This is kind of weird. And the reason why it's kind of weird is because it was created by a wallet address from the Ethereum Genesis, which is kind of ridiculous. I think personally it's just kind of weird. Well, I don't know why they wouldn't use a different wallet, but hey, if you want to gamble with this and have fun, okay, great. I don't know. Would you guys get it? Would you guys buy it when the chart looks like this? Would you? Yes, no, maybe so. I don't know. I don't. I'm like always scared though. I'm always scared. And anyways, we kind of talked about Ton earlier today. Ton is back online. It went down twice in 2 days. Again, it was rumored that it had to do with block production due to heavy loads transactions from dogs on Dogs meme coin. I don't know if I believe it though. And then some more Telegram news over here is going to be Telegram CEO Durov charged by French prosecutors. So basically, let's go ahead and read what's going on with him, because this does impact Telegram. So he was indicted by a French court yesterday on multiple charges and faced accusations of not assisting investigation. So basically, that's what it was. So see, in my mind, oops, thank you. Oopsie, sorry. Thank you, Mixing. Anyways, in my mind, over here, I had talked a lot about about, I didn't understand why they were going after him, or why they weren't allowing him to operate and just kind of worked with him to catch the bad guys, like the people that do bad things to innocents, etc. But apparently this was why they went after him, is because he refused to cooperate with them. But again, we don't know what exactly he refused to cooperate them with. So it's going to be interesting when more things come out. All right. Also, too, he remains under judicial supervision in France, and he must post bail of 5 million euros and report to the police station twice a week and banned from leaving France. I don't think that's too necessarily bad of a deal. I mean, he gets to essentially be free. Why is this doing that? Yeah, but essentially he gets to be free, kind of sort of in France. He does have to report twice a week and post the 5 million euro bail, which I don't think he'll have a problem with doing. Me personally, though, I don't agree with censorship. I don't think that it's okay to censor people, and I don't think that he should be punished for creating a product and people used it for bad things. However, there might be more to the story that I don't know about. So we'll have to see. We will really, really have to see. So next on the list over here is going to be Cardano. So this is kind of a funny story. So Cardano founder breaks silence after reports that he has gone missing. So there was all this drama the last couple of days on crypto Twitter. People like, oh my God, Charles is missing. We don't know where he is. Some people said he was gone for a week. Some people said 4 days, whatever it was. But it said, he tweeted, looks like yesterday. No, excuse me. Today. No, yesterday. I can't read. The reports of my death are greatly exaggerated. I was on Mount Denali at Sheldon Chalet. So apparently Charles is alive and well. Cardano is doing just wonderfully fine and no need to worry. And I think that we're getting to we're part of this market now, or we're part of the market cycle. We're getting bored again, and we're coming up with all these ridiculous narratives. So I don't know. I think it's ridiculous. People are ridiculous. I'm glad that Charles is okay. He and I don't necessarily get along, but good for him. And now as far as Solana goes. So Binance hints at BNSOL launch, a liquid staking token on the Solana blockchain. So it looks like Solana is making some big moves, some pretty big moves. Also, too, with that being said, this is from Binance, BNSOL. This was tweeted 8 hours ago. And the significance with that is that, let's talk a little bit about what a liquid staking token is. It's also known as LST. So basically, it's going to allow people to stake while maintaining liquidity. And instead of locking assets up, users receive a token like BNSOL representing their staked amount, which they can trade or use in DeFi protocols. And that's actually really cool, because in the past, you would have to use the actual token to lock up and stake and earn that passive income. But at this time, you don't necessarily have to. I feel like you still do, but then you're going to be using that. You get that token so you can still participate and trade and do whatever it is that you need to do. So this is kind of like brand new when it comes to crypto, and I think it's really cool. And it's kind of, to me, it just kind of reminds me more of like traditional financial tools and whatnot, but at the same time, it's just very interesting. So I don't know too much about it, but I'm looking forward to learning more. And then as far as Avalanche and Link, Hashkey adds AVA and Link trading for Hong Kong retail investors. Southeast Asia is going absolutely bonkers when it comes to crypto adoption. Previously Hong Kong crypto buyers worth less than 1 million only had Bitcoin and Ethereum to choose from, and now they can add AVA and Link. I would probably pay attention to that. To me, that's significant. Primarily because it's being used in a traditional financial industry. So sounds like Hong Kong, or more so Hashkey, is betting on AVA and Link. So those are things I would be focused on and thinking about. And we talked about the potential of Avalanche to do well price-wise if it does hit all-time high again. If it does. And if you guys don't know what Hashkey is, it is a licensed exchange. And then the next story for Nvidia AI. So Nvidia Q2 revenue beats expectations and record-setting boost to AI sector. The company expects next quarter to be even better, with improvement projected across nearly every vertical. So again, we saw that AI tokens pumped prior to this. And it sounds like people are really just kind of paying attention to Nvidia and their earnings reports and what's happening with the stock, and then kind of placing bets elsewhere in the stock market, or excuse me, in the crypto markets. So Nvidia reported $30 billion in revenue for quarter two. Nvidia is a top supplier of AI hardware and software. Earnings were 3.8% higher than expectations and beat it by $2 billion. The firm expects quarter three revenue to hit $32.4 billion, and growth attributed to strong GPU sales and upcoming Blackwell chips. And again, some crypto AI tokens are up on this news. We talked about it. I gave you guys a video about it. And if you want to be able to track crypto AI tokens, you can do so on CoinMarketCap. They have an AI sector, and I highly recommend you pay attention to that if you're focused on AI tokens, or you want to be focused on AI tokens. Also, too, this next story, this is layer 3. So explore Sony's new layer 2 Sonium on layer 3. Okay, this is the thing. Why are we making a layer 3? Why do we need a layer 3? Why do we need a layer 3? Any way, shape, or form. We don't need a layer 3. We have layer 2s and nobody even wants to use layer 2s. I understand the need to want to advance in technology, but honestly, unless this is super easy to use, no one is going to use it. What the hell is a layer 3? This is ridiculous. This is absolutely absurd. A layer 3. A layer 3. But let's keep reading about what this is and what's going on, because it's ridiculous. So Sony Block Solution Labs launched the Sonium Minuto public testnet on August 28th. They also launched Sonium Spark Incubator, and the Sonium blockchain uses Optimism's Stack codebase developed by Starlit Labs, a Sony subsidiary. The incubator offers devs up to $100,000 in funding. They also get support from Sony Group, Astro Network, other Astro Network, Cycle, Optimism, Alchemy, The Graph, Chainlink, and among partners supporting the Sonium Spark initiative. I think that's super cool. Okay, so I think it's cool that they're supporting devs, but I remember when we talked about Sonium in the past, they were going to focus on getting users and people to the platforms and then build out, which I thought was absolutely ridiculous. But I think that they should put something out before they try to get users and whatnot. So I'm curious to see what exactly they are going to build as far as music goes. That would be interesting to me. So that's what's going on with Sonium, just a little bit ridiculous. So I don't know, layer 3s are absurd to me. I don't know. Absolutely cuckoo. All right, and this is the tweet from Startail. Sony Blockchain Solutions. Testnet is live. And then this story over here. Let's talk a little bit about Mr. T. Let's go ahead and listen to this together, because he is launching World Liberty Finance. And before you watch it, I think it's really interesting that he plans to tackle on traditional finance. I don't know exactly what this means. I don't know exactly what World Liberty is going to be building or whatnot. But at the same time, I'm very curious to see, because I don't think anyone could take on the banking system in the US, but that's kind of what it sounds like. Or they're going to be off, maybe creating their own bank. I have no idea. Have no idea any way, shape, or form. But let's go ahead and listen to it.
This afternoon, I'm laying out my plan to ensure that the United States will be the crypto capital of the planet. They want to choke you. They want to choke you out of business. We're not going to let that happen.
All right, so basically he announced that he is going to be the crypto president of the world, which good for him, happy for him. Also, too, my followers keep just changing, they fluctuate so fast on X. I can't stand it. Just remove all my fake followers. It's literally annoying. Literally annoying. But there's also this little clip that came. Oh yeah, this is a little bit of a different. No, it's the same but different. I don't know. So I don't know what this exactly means. I don't know what he's going to launch, but we're going to have to kind of see what happens. Also, too, Trump's fourth NFT collection logged sales over 2 million, not tradable on the secondary market until 2025. So it's super funny. This guy, Thread Guy on Twitter, he bought a bunch of these because he wants to interview Trump and potentially meet him. So he bought enough NFTs so that he can go meet him and do dinner with him. But it's going to be a raffle to do that. And this is actually very smart the way Trump marketed it. So he releases his fourth series of NFT trading cards, the America's First collection, on August 27th. And the collection has seen over 22,000 Polygon network sales worth more than 2.17 million. And the sales represent only 6% of the collection's total potential supply of 360,000 NFTs. But I think it's interesting he can't sell them until 2025 on secondary markets. Interesting, which is very smart after the election. So value might not hold if that's what you're going for. Also, too, since we're talking about NFTs, I really want to bring up this this tweet from Mr. Stuart Alroy, who is the CLO of Ripple, their attorney. So he said, fun fact, 1976, the SEC ruled that art galleries, even when promoting and selling to buyers that had investment motives, didn't need to register with the SEC. So people are, and then he quote tweeted what's going on with OpenSea. Is again, OpenSea received a Wells notice from the SEC threatening to sue them because they believe NFTs are securities, which I don't think NFTs are securities. I think some could have been launched as securities. I think there's bad actors that maybe did do that, but I don't think OpenSea should get in trouble for those people. I feel like they should directly investigate each particular one that could have been a security. And also too, this is very interesting that art galleries being considered a security. Like everybody buys, sells, and trades stuff. It's barter. So I don't understand it. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. So there's that. Anyways, you guys, that is the show today. Thank you so much for joining me. We're keeping it short and sweet today because I got a couple things I got to take care of. I appreciate all of you. I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your day. And again, thank you so much for supporting me, especially in the worst of times. Thank you guys so much. Bye-bye. Bye, guys. Oh, cold storage wallet, Ledger.